For the third and final lecture, once again worth 50 points, I want to talk about that idea I brought up with wind turbine syndrome and bring it up in the basis of what is called evidence-based medicine or research. The question is wind turbine syndrome real, and is there evidence about it? So there are many different levels of evidence-based medicine, and you should know, or evidence-based research, or ideas that you should know about. One level is opinion. In an opinion base, people just share what their opinion is about things. Case studies is where you kind of collect a few people who have a few problems and you write about it. Those two levels are not considered to be too scientific. In single arm studies, you basically take people, and if you would think there was a wind turbine syndrome, you would expose them to them and measure before and after some key variables and see what the results were. That is considered a level of scientific rigor to some point because you have variables that you're measuring. The better level of that is kind of a randomized controlled peer review study where basically you collect data and you have a control group and you have a group that goes to the intervention and see things there. Then we have even the higher levels of that. We have systematic reviews where people look at all the data available. They're not running individual studies, but all the data available to say what does the literature say in this field. And then finally a Cochrane review, which was where you basically collect all the information, but after you collect all the information, not only do you summarize it and what everybody else has done, but then you say, here's what should be done in the future. What I would like you to do is basically go to the evidence-based website I've linked you to, describe what kind of level that is, and kind of summarize that in a paragraph or two and give your evaluation of it according to wind turbine syndrome. Also, wanted to mention, and hopefully for the three people I've mentioned here, if it's not okay for me to say this, let me know, send me an email, but Nova, you did a nice job of summarizing that certain people have said that this might be an issue. This might be an example of a case study where people have talked about this and looked at this, but there might be political agendas here. It might be annoying to some people. Cassie, you said it might be caused by anxiety. And then finally, Justine, you talked about the idea that it might be a political thing. If people don't want the wind turbines there and they're anti-wind lobbyists, they may use this for a platform to say, no, I don't want this. And Dr. Pierpoint is married to an anti-wind activist, which may question the validity of this. So you got to look at the science, and if you look at the science for the link I gave, I think you'll come to some very strong conclusions that there isn't too much science behind this. So hopefully this makes sense to you. You understand this. So for each one of these three assignments, your job is to type out kind of a detailed outline. You can tell short stories and have details in your information. What you don't want to do is just have a document that just has notes on it. You want it to be well organized and systematic. You could certainly have paragraphs and information in there, but you just want it to be well organized and structured. I'll grade the content of it and how much you add from the book, and I will also grade how well it's designed and looked. And look. So you have till Saturday morning, February 5th at 8 a.m. You need to send drafts to me of these three things by Thursday, February 3rd at 8 a.m. as well. Thanks. Bye-bye.